Now, both of you think that Christopher is awesome. Not only because of the music that he played, but also because the instrument that he was carrying, against his will, casts mass suggestion at a level that none of you were even capable of making a roll to avoid. Mainly because Charlie rolled 5% on his thing. So Charlie, well done. Low roll helped you out. Okay, so you two, what do you say to Christopher? Or Christopher, what do you say? You three are now in communion. Christopher, you're pretty freaking surprised by what just happened.
Yeah, that's it, guys. Good night. And just saunter off the stage, a little bit baffled at what happened.
Where do you want to go to? Maybe one of these tables back where you were?
Yeah, into the corner.
Back to where I was. So
Goes back to the table.
That's 10 squares. Dragon, Christopher, Dragon, Tresamine, you follow him.
That makes sense.
Yeah, and I ask if we can sit down with him.
What do you say, Dre?
Well, technically, I follow because I'm just meant to protect him for some reason.
You are. You feel an overwhelming urge, an urge from your primal childhood.
Let me. I'll just walk up to him, pledge my allegiance. So I will follow you.
You pledge your allegiance to him. That's brilliant. How do you react to this, Charlie?
A little bit baffled, a little bit confused.
I think I need a long rest, guys.
Yeah.
Has anyone got any coke?
Give me a minute.
The barman, whose name is, I've got it written down. This is Canon.
Trevor.
Where the fuck is my book gone? Here it is. The barman, whose name is Durnan, Durnan, if anyone cares. He comes over to you, takes him 2 turns to reach you, but this doesn't matter because Charlie's still, Christopher is still recovering his breath and trying to work out why he's and trying to blow on his fingers, which are bleeding at this point.
Figure out what the fuck just happened.
Yep. The barman comes over and says, "You know, that was the best music that anyone has ever played in this bar. I mean, we've had Polton, but that was some amazing music. I mean, that music was so good that it brought the innkeeper out of the back. He doesn't usually come out to the front. He pays bar wenches to do his shit. He says that was incredible. If there's anything I can do for you, just let me know. You need a place to sleep for the night. I'll give you a place to sleep.
Couple of things. One, yeah, like that would be great. Also, I really like Polton. Could you get him a drink on me, please?
Says, of course I will, and off he walks. He's going to go back.
Are you not also going to pay for our rooms?
Oh, don't worry. That's not even a thing. I mean, like, you know, you drink for free here now.
Yay.
So the innkeeper he walks back over. He's over here, and he says to the bar wench, "Get Polton whatever he wants." Polton's like, "What? Why?" And he says, "Well, those guys, that guy that just played, he said get you whatever the hell you want." Polton's like, "Wow, I'll have a double flagon of your strongest wine, please." The wench is like,
I like this guy even more.
"Really?" And Polton's like, "Yeah, mate. Didn't you see?" She just thinks, "What? Didn't see what?" He just pours him a double flagon of the strongest wine they've got, which is a wine that is not inconspicuously called rum. And and he and
Forgot about this fella.
the barkeeper tells him that that's from those guys over there in the table over there. He says, "What? You mean the guy that just played that awesome music?" It's like, "Yeah, that guy." Polton, like, he takes his drink and he comes around. He's coming to speak to you. Polton comes over. It's like, "Dude, that was some
Through the
amazing
saxophone.
I mean, I do
Dude.
not usually, I don't usually speak with an American accent, but that was some cool shit." And then he says, "Yeah, no, I don't speak with an American accent. I'm just I'm an adventurer," he says, but there's no adventures these days. So I've had to use
Why not?
Why not? Well, it's because of this company, Acquisitions Incorporated. They used to be. I mean, I used to work for them. I used to do
Really?
little odd jobs here and there. Omin Dran used to be my boss, and then he disappeared one day, and then all of a sudden,
And do you know what happened to him?
well, there's a lot of sort of mystery surrounding that. I mean, the truth is, we see Omin Dran around a lot of the time, but there's a lot of people saying that, you know, they see him in multiple places at the same time. It seems as though there's more than one Omin Dran, and beyond that, it seems like, I mean, it makes no sense that he'd be happy with his company being taken. I mean, I know Omin Dran. I've worked for that guy. That guy would not spend a penny to save his best friend, right? But somehow this Omin Dran that we've got now, he's happy for his company to have been taken over by another company. Makes no sense at all. And now that company has taken all the adventures that are available. I mean, Acquisitions Incorporated, I've got to be honest, I worked for them. They were incompetent. They didn't know what the fuck they were doing half the time. But now, Acquisitions Incorporated, now that it's a subsidiary of Dran Enterprises, it isn't just successful, it's got a monopoly on everything. And I mean, and he roll me a charisma throw, Charlie.
Well, saving.
I want to wait for you to ask a question. Yeah, this Omin Dran.
First off,
yeah, go on.
So you liked working for the old one. Are you struggling to find work as an adventurer now? You said you used to be one.
I hated working for the old one. Not because the adventures that he sent me on weren't great. I mean, they were great, but just because he was a prick.
You been on any fun adventures recently?
Haven't been on an adventure in 2 years, mate. I've been scrounging
your,
a living. I mean, don't get me wrong. I am a successful musician. People chant my name in the street. If I go busking, I create a fucking concert. All right.
Yeah,
Like,
sure. I liked it earlier. They
yeah.
were great.
There you go. I mean, I wasn't really going for it earlier. You know, I'm not being paid very much to play here tonight, but you know, I was giving it a bit. There's not much of an audience here. I wasn't going to pull out the big guns, you know, but you know, I've been
Well,
I've been
I'm
rocking this city for a long time.
I'm going on a bit of an adventure myself.
Yeah,
And
what
I
sort
could
of
do with
adventure?
well, kind of want to find Omin Dran.
Okay. Polton looks at you with suspicion. He says, "Which Omin Dran?"
I don't know yet. Do you want to find out with me?
Roll a charisma persuasion check.
Persuasion.
Persuasion.
All right.
It's at this point that you discover that you have lost 2 charisma points because you have no eyebrows.
Sorry
I
about
knew
that.
that
That's
would
a nat
happen,
20
but
plus
no,
9.
yeah.
20 plus 9, even though you lost 2. Did you just roll a natural 20?
Yep.
Oh man, Polton's your fucking dude, my friend. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to pour a drink for that. I was not expecting I was not expecting Polton to be on your team. Polton comes and sits down next to you.
Sweet. Now we've got a saxophonist. Now we just need to find a drummer.
All right. Now, do you want to chat to Polton?
Getting the band back
Do you
together,
want to learn
guys.
anything about his background? Do you want to, or you're happy just having a random stranger?
No,
that you don't
I'd
know
say,
anything
you
about?
know what? Well, you know, we'll have a drink. Say, don't worry, have you got a room for tonight?
Okay, we're having a drink. We've got a
So I
few
plan
people.
on heading out first thing tomorrow.
Okay, so you're having a drink.
Has Pulsing got a room for the night?
Polton tells you he's got a mansion on Troll Skull Alley, which is in one of the richer parts of the district, and that you're welcome to join him back at his place if you want.
Look across at my 2 new compatriots and say, what do you fancy?
At that
Yeah.
moment,
I agree. What about you?
whilst you're thinking about it, the warlock that disappeared earlier whilst you were chatting, he reappears, coming through the door. He walks sidles as much as one can
Gimmies.
in around a large portal up to your table. There we go.
You're all
And
right, mate.
he says,
Yeah, I'm good.
"My friends," and he puts his hands upon the table, and on his hand you see this.
Ooh.
On his finger, you see this ring.
That's pretty.
Now, Charlie,
Do I recognise it?
because you can read Infernal,
Yep.
you know that this ring is a sigil of the cult of Asmodeus. And the warlock says, "Come with me quickly before anybody notices."
Cool. Where are the toilets in this place?
The toilets are down. They're on the 3rd floor.
They're on the 3rd floor. Okay, I'll tell this guy to get lost.
He says to you, "There are others coming who are
I
not."
tell this guy to get lost.
He says,
And
"I will
then
do what
say-
you command."
say to
Polton,
the others.
Polton says, "I know
wait
this
here.
guy."
I'm just going for a slash.
This guy sort of hangs out over here. Polton looks at him. Polton says to you, "You know, I know this guy."
Well, who is he?
Well, he's a worshipper of Asmodeus. We've kind of got an infernal pact with him. One of my friends is his great granddaughter, and
Can't be that great.
Bolton laughs at your joke. Takes a large swig from his flagon of rum like ale and rum like wine, and says, "Yeah, you know, I thought he'd be a prick too, but he was all right to us. Saved us from an interplanar curse that would have killed us all."
All right.
The warlock
I'm
just
still
sort of
going.
like stands around. He sort of wanders over here, like thinking, "What the fuck am I supposed to do?" The warlock is obviously is obviously a minion who's been sent on an errand.
Yeah, Christopher goes for a slash, if you may.
Okay, Christopher goes for a slash.
Yep.
Oops. That's Polton. Okay.
I
Christopher
don't
goes
have the 3rd floor.
for a slash. Okay, on the 3rd floor. Off you go. It's going to take you a while to get there. So,
Obviously, turning behind himself to look at the warlock to be like,
the warlock follows you to the toilets. Okay, since there are no toilets on this map, I'm going to. This is going to be a theatre of the mind.
Yep, that's fine. Why did you say the 3rd floor? Just pretend it was one of the other rooms.
Because there are obviously no toilets in any of these rooms.
Well, it's a poorly designed bar, then, isn't it?
Well,
or either that, or they just shut down the hole.
Yeah. There is always the possibility that people will just piss down the hole, and the barman leaves it up to the bar wench to decide whether they're doing it in a respectful manner or not. Okay, so you go up for a slash. The warlock joins the
I guess outside.
No. You go into the toilets. There's orcs and orcesses says on the doors.
Oh right, yep.
And and you go into the orcs one. You start there's urinals and there's
How do you know how I self-identify?
I don't. It's not my fault.
Yes, I do.
Orcs and
Go to the
orcesses.
orcs one.
There's also a symbol that kind of looks like Prince's symbol from an extra planar dimension, but you don't go into that one. You go into the orcs one, and the warlock comes and stands next to you and pretends to take a piss, and sort of looks across at you hesitantly.
Yes. What did you want?
Sir, we have received a sign from our master. You are his prophet, are you not? I heard
Didn't
your
say
music.
prophet.
I heard your music. I told the council of 9. You have come in our hour of need. The takeover of this city by Dran Enterprises, Acquisitions Incorporated, and he looks towards the door and whispers, the Omin Drans. You have come at
Which?
the moment
Sorry.
that we needed you. We are at your service. You remember at that moment that one of the things that Asmodeus said to you when he
Was
told
that
you
yes,
your
people
task.
in higher places would be able to look out for me.
Yes, it was that I have many followers among the aristocracy of Waterdeep. They will assist you in whatever
Yep.
capacity you require. This seems to be a messenger.
Tell me where to find you. Currently, I'm just drinking with some friends.
So
tomorrow I might look you up.
So we have a carriage waiting outside. You need not sleep in these decrepit halls. We have a place for you amongst those worthy of your number.
But the carriage is waiting, yes?
The carriage will wait as long as you ask it to.
Excellent. Then leave me alone. I'm drinking with some friends.
Would you like me to wait outside?
Wait wherever you want, preferably far away from me.
Yes, sir, he says. He leaves the cubicle and he walks out.
Yeah, I return to my table.
Down the stairs. Where's he gone?
Having complained bitterly, it would be
sorry.
the hell install the toilet on the 3rd floor, considering no doubt there was flushing water.
Well, it's because that's where all the people who pay to stay the night are. So having running water throughout the entire building would be quite expensive. Having running water in just one location, the 3rd floor.
Yes, but it's got to run all the way upstairs first. I mean, it's just a stupid layout.
It's held in a tank in the attic.
Someone has to top it up from the well every morning.
Okay, so this this warlock is going to go and wait outside next to the carriage, which, in fact, let's put him inside the carriage. There we go. So he's waiting in the carriage. Which, if you scroll down, you'll see there is a carriage outside now. Is it visible? Sorry, did I make it visible?
No, I reckon the guy should just wait outside.
See, there we go. Okay,
Just outside the pub.
well there's
night.
a carriage. He's going to wait
Waiting.
inside the carriage. He does not want to be seen. There are
And I don't
others.
want to insult the hospitality of this very nice innkeeper that's just offered us a room for free for the night.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah.
I think you'll find, Charlie, that anyone you play your music to will offer you a place to sleep for the night.
You get it.
Okay, so you guys are getting
Alright.
pissed.
That's the one.
Okay.
Anyone want to go and chat to anyone else? Because I'm pretty good sat there chatting to Paladin.
Dre takes this opportunity to fashion a bong out of a small cup, a straw, and
A mouse that was running
a
past.
discarded apple. Using the small dragon that Tresamine has given him briefly, lent him briefly, not given him. And Dre indulges in some of the medicine that he was prescribed by his druidic
Self-prescribed.
by his druidic aid, and none of this interrupts him in his ability to overhear or listen to the conversation around him, since it is a free action, a free interaction, free interaction with the environment to make and use a bong or a pipe to smoke some healing herbs, some medicinal herbs.
Fair. Good. I approve. Oh,
And Dre has disappeared. In the name of all that is holy, Dre, I still cannot see you. Turn on your flaming camera. Dre, I'm not joking. I'm giving you this computer. I hope it gives you as much fucking annoyance as it gives me. You'll be trying to... There, I can see you now. You'll be trying to play this game, having this shit going on, and you just be like, where's Matt? Hello, Tresamine. How you doing, honey? Very good. Okay, so,
Alright.
Charlie, you've come back down here. I need to remember to do this, followed by... There we go. Now, let's zoom in. The camera zooms in on the table, holding these guys. Polton says, yeah, you know those Asmodeus guys. You know, they can be helpful, but sometimes, you know, they can really piss you off.
Well, I've got a meeting with them tomorrow, Palton, and
Yeah,
really need your help.
Yeah, where are you meeting them?
I'm meeting them outside here. I could really use your help in telling me what you think.
Do you know, last time I saw those guys, they tried to fucking indoctrinate my son into a fucking cult of Asmodeus. I'm not sure I want to go with you. You want to make a persuasion check?
If you don't want to go, you alright to meet me afterwards back here?
Hey man, I'll meet you anywhere, dude. You guys are fucking awesome. Meet me at my place, Troll Skull Alley. We got a bakery. We make pies.
What weapons do you use?
I'm a bard, as you can see. Generally, I rely on my.
Yeah, but everyone's carrying.
Generally, I rely on my magic casting ability, but he looks around. He can see there's no one looking. He says, "I've got a cloak of billowing."
Nice. Well, yeah. Sure, I can't twist your arm. See if you want to come tomorrow, just so I can suss out what they're like.
Well, and you've got the experience. I just want to know where you're going, man. I mean, well, like, I can say, oh yeah, I'll come with you, but what? Like, you might. I mean, you're awesome and everything, but you might be going to the fucking Iron Hills for all I know.
Tell you what. I'll meet you tomorrow. They can wait.
Man, I'm not leaving. These guys are paying me. These guys pay me in alcohol when I play here. I'm not leaving until I'm fucking unconscious. And that's going to take days.
Well, then I hope they don't mind waiting.
A little boy walks up to you. Hang on a sec.
What's a little boy doing in the end?
Sorry, I've got to find this guy. No. This is me searching for the right. Okay, fuck that. I'm using premium assets. Subscription set. Search boy. No, not Oi. Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay. I'm going to use a random freaking person. And this is going to represent a small boy. Okay? I hope you don't mind. It's not going to be the best. This guy. Here we go. No, he's got a plan of best. Nope. Yes. Okay, got to change his size.
Left because I'm getting quite tired.
He's huge.
Ah, he's got a small boy.
This guy walks up.
That's a far too small boy.
And he says, and the worst thing is I can't turn him around to face you. He says to Polton, he says, "Daddy, are we leaving soon?" You turn to Polton, just the sort of look of, you bring your son to these places? Polton says, "Hey, don't worry, he's not actually a real boy. He's like a robot that we turned into a boy. He's kind of, I don't know, have you ever heard that story of Pinocchio? It's kind of like that. It's a bit of an extra planar story. Some people haven't heard it. But yeah, we found this robot, and he was a boy, and then he got depressed because he wasn't a real boy. So we turned him into a real boy using the true polymorph spell. Friend of ours did that for him, and now he's a real boy. But he's well, I wouldn't say anything bad in front of him. Yeah, how you doing? Forgotten the boy's name. Fuck. Oh, his name's what? His name's... I've forgotten his name. I'll remember his name next time. Are we leaving soon, Daddy? And Polton says, nah, not at all. I'm staying at least till tomorrow. And Rose's like, oh, okay. And he goes off over here, sits at a table, and starts playing solitaire.
Alright. Well, considering I don't like being summoned, and I've had a very hectic night, I mean, I've only just come back to life, I'm going to suggest going to bed, and
You gonna have a long rest?
I'll see you in the morning, if that's alright.
Alright, cool.
Guys,
You're gonna have a long rest?
see you then.
Charlie? Tresamin? I mean,
Yep.
Dragon? Tresamin? You gonna go
Yeah.
upstairs and have a long rest as well? You seem to be the entourage of Christopher, so the barman's gonna let you have a long rest too.
Yeah, awesome.
All right, cool.
Sounds
So
good.
you guys all go
I'm
upstairs.
down for that.
I'm gonna make you disappear briefly. Doop doop doo, doo 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 doo. He disappears, and so does he, because a person working like this. And you all have a long rest, which is 8 hours, which not only replenishes all your hit points, but also gives you the opportunity to change spells in your spell slot.
Yay.
Polton's gonna go up and carry on playing drunkenly on the stage.
Like his style.
Yeah, that's what he does. You can't stop Polton. He's like the biggest star to hit Waterdeep in forever. Did you know? I thought we'd be about 12 scenes beyond this by now.
Yeah, I did think you were being rather optimistic with that.
No, man, you're completely right. I didn't know an encounter would last an hour, and I mean an encounter between Dre and an orc.
Yeah.